Here. So we have a serious problem here now that the United States has struck Iran, and the possibility or the actual reality of Iranian sleeper cells here in the United States and retaliation here. I'm going to give you the details here of that in this video, and actual arrests being made here in the United States. We're going to go over the details here in this video and what is already happening here, and the concern here of Iranian sleeper cells and how retaliation could look or will look, as we'll go over the details here in this video, and how arrests are already happening here in the United States. We're going to go over the details here right now in this video, as this is a big concern here, as Iran has already attacked back in the Middle East, and what could happen here in the United States. So let's jump right in. We're going to go over the details. I'm going to show you it here in this video, and you'll actually get to hear the details here. So let's jump right in. We're live right now here on the YouTube It's Jimmy Show. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Type yes in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. You can let me know your city, state, or even your country, as we have people tuning in here from all around the globe. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't yet, so you don't miss out on future videos. It's completely free to do so. And hit the notification bell so you get notifications when we go live with future videos, and help me reach 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. If you're watching me on another platform, make sure you're watching me on the It's Jimmy Show, as I have other people literally copying my content on other platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. My actual real handle there is It's Jimmy Show. All right, so let's jump right in here. Don't forget to hit that like button, and here we go. Okay, White House monitoring possible Iranian sleeper cells here in the United States. That's correct. Sleeper cells that are in the United States that could come from Iran, they could come from other Middle Eastern descents, or could come from China or Iran, or from anywhere, are called sleeper cells. You'll get to hear more details here in the video. I'm going to show you a couple videos here. Both President Biden and Trump administrations were or have been concerned about these possibilities. A recent DHS threat assessment concurs. Take a listen here to this video and let me know your thoughts here in the comment section.
The Iranian Supreme Leader is warning now the U.S. of irreparable harm if the U.S. joins Israel's fight. But right now, leaders here at home are warning of so-called Iranian sleeper cells. The Trump administration and the previous Biden administration have been concerned about Iran's ability to direct or inspire attacks within the U.S. for years. News Nation's Rich McHugh is live with the very latest in the defense against Iranian-backed terror. Rich, what more are you learning on this front?
Hi, Kelly. Well, we do have some new reporting on this. Sources close to the White House tell News Nation that the administration is actively monitoring these sleeper cells here in the United States, given the current situation with Iran and Israel and happening in the Middle East. Like, this has long been a worry for the intelligence community. Sleeper cells, by definition, are people who are here, spies or terrorists, waiting, kind of inactive until they're ordered to act. Now there's this new 2025 Homeland Security Threat Assessment, which says we expect Iran to remain the primary sponsor of terrorism and continue its efforts to advance plots against individuals, including current and former U.S. officials in the United States. The previous DHS threat assessment from Biden said the same thing. Now experts say, given the escalation between Israel and Iran, the possibility is very real, and our intelligence teams are working overtime. Here's Barak Seener. He's a senior fellow at the Henry Jackson Society.
As the conflict in the Middle East escalates and Iran is being targeted, the regime thinks to itself, okay, we are on our last death throes, and therefore we will go out with a bang, quite literally. Its calculus will be very different if its survivability is threatened.
Now, a very real example of this: during last year's presidential campaign, federal prosecutors charged an operative of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard and 2 U.S.-based people with planning to surveil and assassinate President Trump. That operative reportedly telling investigators IRGC officials encouraged him to plan the attack. And then in February, President Trump's national security memo said, quote, Iran has also directed its proxy group, including Hezbollah's Islamic Jihad, to embed sleeper cells in the homeland to be activated in support of this terror activity. And just now, I want to say, Kelly, a source close to the White House tells News Nation, the president is closely monitoring the situation. The president does not want to go to war. The president will avoid war. He does not want to aggravate it. He's not going to do anything unless he thinks the only way to keep the American people safe is to do something. Kelly?
Yeah, well, this aspect is certainly alarming. How do these sleeper cells work, Rich? Who controls them and orders them to act?
Well, it's certainly very murky, and experts we've talked to said a lot of it, it goes to these proxy groups like Hamas and Hezbollah. But the experts that we've talked to say, look, in the aftermath of October 7, 2023, Hezbollah and Hamas have been kind of neutralized to a degree. So the Islamic Revolutionary Guard is somewhat isolated now.
If Israel's able to decapitate the IRGC's command and control, who actually then controls these sleeper cells anymore? Do they become more decentralized, more atomized? Do they become more like lone wolf actors? Who pays them even? Because the regime is in its last throes. So these are all questions. And for intelligence and security forces.
Now, I just want to reiterate, because it's really important, sources close to the White House say the administration is actively monitoring these possible sleeper cells here in the United States. Kelly?
Yeah, so this is obviously a big concern. This is, basically what we saw with things like 9/11 and other things like this. And now that we have struck Iran, their nuclear facilities, we are, everybody is on pins and needles saying, well, what is going to happen here? And Iran is definitely not giving up. They have already attacked a U.S. base in the Middle East in Qatar. You can see the headline here from the New York Times. Iran attack on a U.S. base in Qatar is a nightmare come true for Gulf states. And also, Iran's supreme leader claims victory in his first comments after U.S. strikes. Iran's government also voted to suspend cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency, a move that will stymie efforts to monitor its uranium enrichment, which makes people wonder how much was actually destroyed. I'll probably cover that here in an upcoming video. But the Iranian supreme leader broke his week-long silence, claiming in a televised speech that his country had secured victory over Israel and delivered a slap in the face to Washington. So, yeah, you guys, Iran is not giving up by any stretch. You guys can let me know your thoughts here. Quote, the Islamic Republic emerged victorious and in return delivered a harsh slap to Americans' face, they said after 8 days of silence. So this is what they're thinking. And here in the United States, more Iranians with criminal histories are being arrested by ICE in Trump's security sweep. Quote, worst of the worst. Officials are touting it being, quote, full throttle on identifying and arresting known or suspected terrorists as Iranian sleeper cells threat looms. Take a listen here to some of these Iranians that are being arrested here in the United States right now.
ICE is at the forefront of making sure that we're rounding up all these individuals or attempting to locate the ones that did get in. You have one that with admitted ties to Hezbollah. We also arrested a former sniper from a hostile country who snuck into the United States. So those are the type of individuals we want to locate.
So you hear it there. That's Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons talking about the work his agency is doing, trying to find and apprehend Iranian nationals in the U.S., given concerns of potential sleeper cells here. And ICE has been busy. Federal sources telling Fox in the last week alone, ICE has arrested 130 Iranian nationals all across the United States. And ICE currently has 670 Iranian nationals in ICE detention. Now, we talk about some of those people who are detained right now. You just heard Todd Lyons explain some of it. This guy, a former Iranian Army sniper who had his military ID card on him at the time of his arrest. This guy, a former IRGC member with suspected ties to Hezbollah. This man had a gun in his waistband, and ICE says another one of them was a known or suspected terrorist. So they are going out and they're going into overdrive trying to track down these potential threats. For more on this, we want to bring in former Acting ICE Director Jonathan Fahey. Jonathan, ICE is really cranking it up when it comes to finding these Iranians. Your thoughts?
Yeah, they're doing a great job, and Director Lyons and Tom Homan are doing a fantastic job focusing in and getting these people locked up and eventually removed because they see them as a danger. And it does show a drastic change. And unfortunately, it's a change from the previous administration where they seem to put public safety, national security secondary to their open borders agenda. And I think you were reporting earlier, there were 1,500 Iranians stopped during the Biden administration, and they let in over half of them. We also know that they let in 99 people that were stopped at the border. This is a Biden administration that were on the terror watch list, and they still let them into the country. So it's a shame that this administration, the current one, has to play cleanup for people that should have never been allowed in to begin with.
Yeah, a lot of work for ICE to do.
Yeah, so let me know your thoughts here. Iranians with criminal histories and even Iranian snipers being arrested here just this week in the United States, talking about sleeper cells. And the question here is, what are their orders? What are they doing here in the United States? Let me know your thoughts here in the comments, and I will keep you up to date here. And really quick, I want to share how folks are saving thousands on their Medicare and Medicare Advantage with my partner, Chapter Medicare. Nobody does Medicare how they do. They save people tons of money, on average $1,100 back in your pocket because of their system. And Medicare is a mess. But Chapter has advisors that can help you through all the systems and all the changes that have been happening here recently. They listen, they compare every single plan, and with this can mean a lot of savings for you. Like Ray, who commented here on one of my videos that he says he saved over $1,200 with just one phone call to Chapter. He says, the advice Chapter gave me saved over $1,240. Thank you, Chapter, for your advice. Another comment says, Tim, he shared, they found a better plan for him and he saved a lot of money. And I get comments like this all the time. And the best part is using Chapter Medicare is 100% free. And they could save you or a loved one who needs Medicare soon or is already on Medicare. See if they can find you a better plan that might save you or could put benefits back in your pocket a lot of money. Now, whether it's Medicare, Medicare Supplement, Medicare Part D, Medicare Advantage, they will find the plan that fits your needs. So call this phone number on the screen or click that link down below in the pinned comment and see if they can get you or your loved one a much better plan. So make sure you're subscribed. Click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so. This way you'll get new videos when they come out here. Click the notification bell so you get notifications, and share this video with anybody that needs to hear this information here. Click here to see the Fed's video that just came out here with a massive announcement for Americans, and click here to see U.S. cities on the watch list for attacks on U.S. soil. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.